I received this for free. How's it going? This electric bike is so awesome. It is super simple to use. There are not a whole lot of controls that you have to deal with. To charge it, this does come with a set of keys. You will unlock the battery and pull it right off, and then plug it into the charger. You can either remove it like this and plug it in, or you can just leave it attached. That is the purpose of these keys, is to lock and unlock the battery. To check the battery life, you can press the on button on the side of the battery, and then you can press the center button to see how full the battery is. On the handlebars themselves, there is a control panel. You will hold down the M button to turn the bike on. This is going to be your main control panel that you use for everything. The plus and minus buttons will toggle between the different speed limits. The max speed limit with the electric motor is 20 miles per hour. And the way this works is very simple. So you do get a throttle on the side here that will make the bike go, or the electric assist will start to kick in once you start to pedal. The way the electric pedal assist works is pretty cool. So if you pedal, the assistance will automatically kick in and you can feel it. You can feel the relief when you start to pedal. I would recommend just keeping this, generally speaking, on gear 5. That's a good starting place if you're going to be using the assist. If you're using the throttle, you then get access to cruise control, so you can stop pedaling completely, twist the throttle, and if you hold it down for a few seconds, it will toggle cruise control. So it will maintain the max possible speed until you either brake or twist the throttle again. You also get a headlight. There's also a tail light as well, but you do have to turn this on manually with a button. So if you're going to be riding at night, you do have to physically push the button on this thing. The height of the seat is adjustable and it's very easy to just lock into place. The only thing about this that I would call a negative is the fact that the height of the handlebar is not adjustable. You're going to be a little bit hunched over if you're around 6 feet tall. If they end up coming out with a new model, I would like to see adjustable height on the handlebars. The control panel is very easy to use. Holding down the minus button will toggle the walk assist. So if you hit a hill that's a little bit too steep for you to pedal up and you have to get off to push, hold down the minus button and the motor will very slightly help push the bike up the hill, so you don't have to use any strength to do that. It's really nice, and it's one of those features that once you use once, you will probably never not use it. Pressing the M button a single time will toggle between an odometer, your total trip mileage, and some other cool statistics too. There's also a horn. You get front and back brakes. The brake pads that come with this are pretty decent. They're good brakes, and you can come to a nice smooth stop even on a steep hill when you're going 20 miles an hour. There are 7 gears, which you can switch between with the little adjustment lever right here, or you can just press the plus button on the right handlebar and that will switch up to a higher gear. Battery life is great. So it's rated for about 40 miles on a single charge. However, this is going to vary greatly depending on how many hills you're climbing. So if you're going up a bunch of steep hills on your trip, you're gonna get less. So far, I've done a few trips that are over 20 miles, and by the end of it, I had 2 bars of battery left, and that was almost all uphill. If this is going to be your daily commute bike, then I think you're gonna be pretty happy with the range on this thing. The tires that this bike comes with are pretty good. However, if you live in a rural area, I would recommend replacing them with higher quality, thicker, heavy duty tires. The inner tubes especially, I would replace immediately no matter what. I definitely would say don't take this thing off-road unless you're going to be upgrading at least the inner tubes on this thing. Build quality is great. This thing has some serious heft to it. It's solid metal construction. Assembly was pretty easy. It took me about an hour. It wasn't that bad. If you've never assembled a bike before, then this is not going to be that big of a deal. So even if you're new to something like this, it's not going to be that hard. The kit comes with everything you need. Very in-depth user manuals, all the wrenches and tools you're gonna need, and even a tire pump. The tire pressure you should inflate this to is 40 PSI. Do not overinflate, do not go past that. The seat that comes with this is pretty comfy for what it is. If you're on the heavier side like I am, I'm about 200 pounds, I would recommend replacing it with a wider or more cushy one, but this does do its job just fine. If you are going to be riding at night, you have a reflector on the front, a tail light on the back, and a headlight up here. Very reliable. It is a perfect work commute bike. Again, if you plan on taking this thing off-road, if you live in a rural area, make sure you upgrade the tires and the inner tubes. So yeah, this thing is great. Been using it every day. Definitely worth checking out.